The views and opinions expressed on Beautiful Disasters are those of the panelists and not those of the Geeks Under the Influence Network, their sponsors, or anyone else involved. Also, there is going to be a lot of adult language used on this podcast, so please keep your little kitties away.
Welcome back to Beautiful Disasters. This is the Grutz, and I am initially introducing this episode solo because we experienced some technical difficulties with the microphone and the recording, and with the help of Hobbit, we're able to save the episode without having to re-record it, which is awesome. However, that said, some of the audio will shift a little bit throughout this episode, but we had so much fun recording it. So please enjoy this experience. And to ramp up what we're talking about, I'm going to say
that we're about to do is a little relevant, accidentally, to current events.
Yeah, it hit hard. A little harder than I expected.
Strangely, yes. So, let's introduce the panel. I, of course, am the Grutz.
F.U. Hunter.
And our guest today is...
Katie, hi.
Hello, Katie. How do we know you?
I work with Hunter's wife. So
Fantastic.
Yeah, so I asked to be on the podcast for my birthday, and you guys delivered. So
Yeah, she had expressed some interest. So we're always looking for new guests, so we thought, all right. And holy shit, man, you picked out a doozy for her first episode.
I loved this movie.
Holy shit.
Oh my goodness.
And this is actually your birthday today.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. Here's a weird fucking movie.
Have we had any birthdays on the podcast before? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Day of birthdays? I don't know.
Yeah, no. I think the closest is when we used to do our showings. One of the showings was on my birthday. That's about the closest, yeah.
God, I long for the time that we can actually have live showings again.
Oh, yes. Which is funny because one of the early movies that we showed there was Hell Comes to Frogtown.
Yep.
Which stars the same actress that's in the movie we're covering tonight.
And that movie is She.
She.
This is a post-apocalyptic, weird-ass fantasy.
Yeah, the rules of it being post-apocalyptic kind of go out the window.
Yeah, very much so.
So, yeah, it takes place in the near future, but, like, it's post-apocalypse, but, like, there's weird-ass shit going on.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
There's a lot. This movie is a lot. In any case, this came out in 1984, and it was directed by a guy named Avi Nesher, who did mostly Israeli-based genre movies throughout his career.
I looked that up, yeah.
What does that mean?
Like, he's an Israeli director,
Okay.
so most of the movies he did were probably in... I mean, they were all made in Israel, with the exception of this one. Yeah, I don't know. Like, he doesn't have any, like, huge releases. Like, kind of smaller stuff.
I was trying to figure out if everybody was dubbed, but it doesn't seem like it.
That was one thing that I was wondering about, too, because it said its country of origin was Italy. And, like, I was like... And it didn't say, like, English, blah, blah, blah. Like, it literally just said Italy. So I thought, oh, is it dubbed? But no, they're clearly speaking. So it's definitely not dubbed.
Well, it's very common for movies in this era, especially the post-apocalyptic ones, to all be shot in Italy.
Yeah.
Like, all the ones, like, you know, The New Barbarians, like 2019, The Fall of New York.
You
like,
keep talking about the New Barbarians.
Like, all these movies, so many of these movies were made in Italy or Spain, and just because it was cheaper to shoot over there, and they would just make movie after movie after movie.
Yeah.
You know, like, Fred Williamson would go over there and do, like, you know, a blaxploitation movie and a spaghetti western and a post-apocalyptic movie, and he just, like, hang out for 6 months and make, like, 5 movies over there, you know?
That makes sense.
I never heard of this movie. You brought this up, and I was like, what is this? And I looked at the trailer, and this is in the 80s, and it's weird because the production of it, like you were saying, is pretty cheap. And I think about movies that came out the same year, like Ghostbusters and things like that, and It's so weird because you think this movie would have come out like in the 70s or something like that, but nope, it's 80s.
There's definitely a difference between like a Hollywood movie, obviously, and something like this, which is going to be made on the cheap. You know, Lucio Fulci, and like all those guys were making these movies over there that were just like cheap, one after the other, boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
Same thing with like the spaghetti westerns in the late 60s, early 70s. They were just one after the other. Boom, boom, boom. And it was just cheap to shoot over there. And this just happens to be one of the better. Because there's a lot of trash.
Oh, yeah.
Like straight up like garbage movies that come out of this
I wouldn't say
era.
this is trash. It's kind of amazing. It's the definition of the title of our podcast. It's a beautiful disaster. It's goddamn.
Yes, this is a diamond in the rough because... and full disclosure, I actually... because I was working on my days off, I missed the last 30 minutes of this movie. And from
so you're going to discover as we go through.
I'm going to discover,
we get to see his reaction live.
Oh,
Yay!
Man.
But what I saw was so fucking bananas and so special. It is, you are right. It is exactly this podcast kind of movie.
Before we get into the plot question mark,
literally.
there is a movie that I've been a huge fan of that came out in the, I guess, late or mid 2000s, Doomsday, directed by the guy that directed The Descent, right?
The Descent.
And one of my favorite things about that movie is that it's sort of post-apocalyptic, but throughout the movie, there's different genres of movie where literally it's cannibals, and then you go into where there's another gang that's medieval and everybody's wearing armor.
Yeah.
And I thought that's one of the things I loved about the movie. This movie, which predates that by a lot, fucking does the exact same thing. Some people still have electricity. Other people, it's candles all fucking day. Like, yeah.
All right, yeah.
That's all right.
Let's dive the fuck in.
So it comes up, and it literally, first thing it says is year 23 after the cancellation.
Which I'm like, okay, all right.
And we find out the cancellation is, we don't, because they never fucking explain it. That's the only time it's ever mentioned, ever, is literally the title, like the first card on the screen.
Well, I love that intro too with all the animations, because the ghosts and stuff that pop out look like those shitty tattoos you see on like those old bikers that clearly have the ink come out of it, and it's kind of like, is that a ghost? Ooh.
And the animation tells you
Nothing.
literally nothing about the movie you're about to watch.
Right, it's like, okay, so we're gonna see explode. No. Oh, okay.
Yeah, some movies you have animation and they kind of like, yeah.
So my hopes of getting a little bit of like information at the very end about why things happen were just dashed.
Yeah, exactly.
No
indication.
No.
All right, so the cancellation could have been nuclear war. It could have been a virus, a pandemic.
Yeah.
It could have been any number of things. However, everyone is living basically in the past.
Yeah.
Like there's no modern technology.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like I didn't see any cars in what I saw.
I didn't see any computers, I didn't see any phones, and we're still riding horses, donkeys.
Yeah, right.
Like you said, some people have electricity. Most people don't. They don't explain who gets what. But we go into it. There's other brothers. Am I right?
They are brothers, which
Okay.
I did not realize until I read the synopsis after the movie was over, and I was like, "Oh, they're brothers."
Because they look nothing alike.
Yeah, and the girl that they're with is their sister, and I'm
who
like,
looks nothing like.
alike.
Yeah. There's one brother
Okay.
that's big dude, blonde hair. Kind of looks like, and I don't think it's the same actor, but looks like the bad guy from Superman 4, Quest for Peace. All right.
That's exactly
does
who it looks like.
It does kind of look
I
like
don't know if it's him, but it looks just like that motherfucker. The other guy...
He reminded me of Flash Gordon a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
The other brother, the dark hair brother, looks like, if anybody's a fan of Flight of the Conchords, looks like not Jermaine, but the other
oh
dude.
my god! Oh, what's his name? Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
No, I feel
you got pretty much Superman 4 villain and the dude from Flight of the Conchords as brothers that don't look anything alike.
different
And then
different parents.
A hot-ass sister that looks nothing like them. So they go to the local village.
Which is called Heaven's Gate.
Yes.
Which I thought was hilarious because this took place in 1984.
Mm-hmm.
The Heaven's Gate was running from 1974 to 1997. So Heaven's Gate was still a cult
Yeah.
when this was happening. So I'm like, oh,
Whoops.
okay.
I doubt it was a reference. It was probably just a happy accident.
Yeah,
Right, but it
yeah.
was kind of one of those things that was like, oh, you named it, okay.
As you go into this village that looks like, a peasant village from Game of Thrones.
And it's got like a flea
Except
market.
they've got a flea market selling Rice Krispies and
Those Kellogg's boxes, right?
but in pristine condition, right? And by the way, that's the only time, for the most part, in the movie we see anything remotely commercial in the entire thing.
Well, they come because they're coming from the other side. They're
Yeah.
bringing wares from the other side, which I'm just like, what is that?
And the other side is literally that boat that has a crank that they just crank to go from one side to the other. I'll be honest, they are discovering this land almost for the first time. But we're talking, what, a 10-minute swim if they didn't have the thing? But they're like, oh, we've traveled long distances
We
of
had a
cranking
donkey.
this for 10 minutes to get to this other side of the
Maybe the
land.
water's all radioactive. Who knows, bro?
That is true.
And they had a donkey,
So brothers are all just hanging out, and all of a sudden, dun dun dun, in rolls in the Norks, right?
Yes.
The
Not the
Knots-
Norks.
Yeah, the Norks, which is, and again, this is where it's a little relevant to today, the Nazis.
This is what they think they look like.
Yeah.
Because that's, no.
What's crazy is that it's like if you took Nazis and blended them with, God damn it, the fucking different gangs in,
The Warriors?
The Warriors, yeah.
Yeah.
Just splash them together because you literally have this gang, and you've got a boxing Nazi, another Nazi that has zombie makeup. Like, they're not all in uniforms, except for the swastika. Besides that, it's kind of do your own thing. You're part of the
Right.
gang. So, and like, no, you can't have two boxing Nazis or two. Everybody has their own thing, and that's your thing, all right?
There you
I
go.
love during the fight scene when they all start coming into the thing, the football one is actually running drills.
Yep.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Now, the heroes, and I'm going to say this very gingerly, the heroes of the movie, the two brothers, then this is a trend that happens throughout this movie. These
Yes.
guys
They
seem
s-
to always get their either ass beat or captured. All right?
Both.
They
Yeah.
suffer a lot. I didn't even know they were brothers. I just called them the dudes.
Yeah. Yeah. But their sister, in the process, they harpoon her because
Ketchup comes out.
there's a scuba Nazi. I forgot to mention the scuba Nazi.
Scuba.
Oh, that's
Scuba Nazi,
you're
yeah.
right, that's
Scuba
exactly
Steve
what it
Nazi, who literally is wearing a scuba outfit, and just to make sure he stays in character, has one of those harpoon things, fucking harpoons the sister, ranks her in, drags her along. Brothers are fucked. So,
Yep. And I guess it's at some point they kind of get saved by she, right? Doesn't she intervene?
No.
Yeah,
So
they-
it cuts straight
Yeah.
to the chanting.
yeah,
Like,
you
no
leave.
explanation.
Yeah,
no,
you leave the sister getting kid out, the brothers got their ass beat, and then we get introduced to the kingdom of she, in which there's a chant, I can't remember.
She.
That's right, yeah, she, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
she.
over and over again.
Yeah.
And then you kind of find out that she has their thing, because again, I guess every gang or kingdom has their own thing, and her thing is it's dominated by women. She's in
Yeah.
control, and they grab dudes and chain them to a rock, and then she picks out one. She's like, okay, I'm gonna rape you and then murder you.
As a sacrifice.
Now, what's great about this is, by the way, is that it's usually about 4 dudes around the rock. Some of the fuckers are fighting to get their way.
They
Some are
are
like
trying
pulling
so
and
hard.
almost like they're dancing in place. Other ones have just given up or just casually almost waiting. Like they're like, I know I'm going to die, but I might get laid right before I die. Because some are very casually just laying on the rock, just kind of waiting, while other ones are like, get me out of here.
They're trying.
I mean, there's worse ways to die. If you're
That's
gonna
what
get
I'm saying.
laid beforehand.
And that's what I'm saying. I think some of them were like, well, if you're going to go, you got to go. But, of course, I know this is crazy, but, the 2 brothers go into the town next to the She village and trying to find help. And,
They run into a courtesan.
yeah, she gives them a little, winky wink eye.
That was so weird. They were just
That
like,
was-
I'd like eyebrow.
Yeah, because,
eyebrow.
well, Blondie didn't really give a shit. But
Right.
Flight of the Conchords dude was all
Man,
about her. It was like, we need to
yeah.
do this. Yeah, it's always like that. They never really decide together. It's just one of them makes a decision, and then they just end up in
Well,
trouble.
it makes sense because the blonde Adonis,
Yeah.
probably lands more of the tail of the duo.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, other dudes like, hey, she's winking at me. All right.
But pretty much, I guess, she blatantly drops something in the food, and she feeds him. Of course, again, Fly the Conchords dude is not on his A game. He's chowing down, and Blondie is like looking at it, and he's like, I don't know. She's like, don't you want to eat? And that's all it takes to talk him into eating. He's like, yeah, you do make a good point. You did put food in there. I guess I should eat it. He takes 2 bites. They both pass the fuck out.
Poison.
Poisoned.
Concord's dude fucking wakes up with the pigs.
In the pig pen. He kept hitting the pigs. He kept I'm like, would you stop?
Yeah, he's kind of an asshole about that, but I mean, Blondie wakes up, and I guess he originally wasn't he on the rape rock? Was he set up on the rape rock?
He might have been. All I know is that like directly after he had to walk.
Yeah, and that's where I guess they don't always fuck and kill the guys on the rape rock. Some of them they're like, we also have this weird game of pin the tail on the donkey, but instead of a donkey, you're blindfolded, and there's spikes everywhere, and they just kind of see how a dude will kill himself by tripping on the spikes. It's a weird game. I mean, like,
which he runs that gauntlet, and he falls on many spikes.
Yes,
I'm like, you're dead, dude.
Very realistic blood. Yeah, that's real blood.
And of course, you know, these hot Amazonian women are like, you know, pushing him back and forth, disorienting him.
It's just weird that's their game. I mean, like, they could come up with, like, gladiator battle or something. They're like, just blindfold him and see how many spikes he fucking trips over. It's pretty funny. But you see skulls all around there. So, obviously, motherfuckers have died doing this. He gets pretty fucked up, and they just go, all right, well, he'll bleed out, so bye-bye. And they just leave him to bleed out. But he gets picked up by a doctor of some sort.
That has multiple German Shepherds.
Yeah, and loves some fucking pornos because he has a whole wall.
Yeah!
Remember, the first scene is you cut to his doctor's office. I don't use that term
his
very lightly. Yeah, and it cuts. There's a whole wall of like 80s porno mags,
with the beakers next to it with the smoke coming out of it.
He loves helping heal motherfuckers and whatever else is going on there. So I guess Blondie gets better. Doesn't he free at this point? He frees.
Yeah, he heals up, and he finds, and he escapes and finds his bro.
Who then, and when he leaves, he punches that woman in the face, and it's the most fake punch I've ever.
Oh, dude!
Like,
I got something to say about that punch because, like, he finds his brother.
That was kind of awesome, though.
And he just walks up to the whore that like seduced them, right? Yeah. And just like knocks her ass out.
It wasn't like a big slap. He literally fucking cold cocks her out.
And
that was kind of amazing.
And his brother basically said, and it's not verbatim, but like I'm gonna quote the Filter song, "Hey man, nice shot," because he basically said something like, "Hey, nice shot."
Yeah,
you know?
Good job, man.
It's like bam.
He does have some good one-liners in this movie.
Oh god. Okay, we're getting to my first of many bonkers, insane scenes. So we leave the brothers for a second, and then she has to venture out of the kingdom.
Oh, yeah.
Which, out of the kingdom, by the way, is a gate with barbed wire, but that you just push open. It's not very, secure.
I was expecting her to, do a thing, and she's just strapped.
Yeah.
She's got swords, she's got daggers on her back, she's got daggers on her side.
And her armor is toga.
Yes.
With stuff kind of underneath.
I hope so. Because she gets fucked up in this fight.
Here's what's so goddamn amazing. So she rolls up, and there's a fuck ton of crates, I guess from the pre-cancellation days, that are all just in this cave, right?
It looked like reject props from Escape from New York.
Yes.
That's I was like, that's all I could think of.
And you're like, okay. So she starts walking. All of a sudden, dun dun dun, one of the crates opens up, and it's a fucking dude with fucking armor who goes to attack her. She fucking defeats him, walks a little bit further, another crate opens up, another dude, and you're like, and this is where I had to stop it for a second and go, wait a second. Are these dudes literally sitting in these crates just waiting for a motherfucker to come down here? Just standing like, all right, when somebody comes, they're going to fucking surprise them. Now, the one dude in a crate and then the other dude in another crate is one thing. She defeats them. But then they have a bigger crate that opens up with 3 motherfuckers.
With samurai swords.
With samurai swords. But also says that those motherfuckers stood into that crate for hours, days, waiting for someone to come down into that area so they could bust open and surprise them with the crate
Do you
opening.
think they practiced? Do you think they're like, all right, so I'm like, oh, you're going to jump out. And
Yeah, it was almost thing. All right, Bob, you're first in line, so you wait till she gets.
You went first last
Yeah.
time. Okay, well, fine. You get to go first.
Okay, so she defeats all of them, and the last one, as they're fighting, stabs the crate, and you're like, and I thought, honestly, they were setting up so when the guy stabs the crate, you were going to see blood come out of the crate. Oh, there was another dude waiting. No. This movie goes, fuck you for even trying to pretend like you know what's going to happen, because no, not a dude.
Frankenstein.
Fucking robot Frankenstein's monster fucking bust out. And at first you're like, why does this dude look kind of weird?
Yeah, because I was like, is that Frankenstein? I was like, no, it couldn't possibly. And then she ripped the bolt out of his neck, and I was like, oh my god, it's Frankenstein!
Yeah, and then she rips his head off.
It explodes. It legitimately...
Yeah, it explodes, there's wires. So let's just go back for a second. In the medieval areas with no electricity, but there are robot Frankenstein monsters just sitting in crates.
I have to say, this is...
This might be our longest episode, dude, because we're in literally the first 20 minutes of this fucking movie,
the fact
right?
it's only the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
This is a like, this movie just filmed, in that sequence, a proto-video game.
Oh, absolutely.
And this is 1984,
Yeah,
before, like,
double-
video games
You're
were,
talking
like,
double
much...
dragon action, man. Like,
Dude, yeah. This is legit. Like, she went from the first couple of encounters to, like, the 3 dudes to the fucking, like, robot Frankenstein. And it's like, what the actual fuck is happening? She clears all those
and here's the thing,
dudes.
Is, look, one of my favorite 80s movies is Kroll. And that motherfucker goes through fucking shit to get certain things to find his princess, right? So I assumed she just battled fucking 5 dudes in different crates and a fucking robot Frankenstein's monster. What amazing fucking weapon, or what has she gone there for? That's come to find out, it's a hot tub. There's a hot spring, and she's like, oh, good.
Being guarded by somebody from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, some old lady that has weird, like...
Does she just live there?
To you will seek the prize of whatever. And she looks at her and it's like, okay, cool. And then just gets naked and hops in the hot tub. Like, almost like, cool, lady.
But it's a magic jacuzzi.
Apparently this is not just like a one and done. Apparently, like, it's a cycle. Like,
So,
she has to do this.
The question with that then is so she battles these crate warriors all the time? And at what point do they just not wait in the crates? Could you just pop out anyway?
She killed them. So does that mean that they have they cycle people through? Like, is
More than like, I guess when she leaves, the old lady hops them off her like stool that she just sits at and like, all right, let's move around some more.
So
what's the prophecy?
So the prophecy is that she's going to meet someone that's going to lead to her demise.
Yeah, he's going to claim her heart.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she ends up going back to her people, and she is like, all right, I've got this dude. And by the way, the brothers have escaped, but they're laying low, like faking escape. Mm-hmm. So dude is tied up. The blonde one.
Well, because that's what I'm saying. She gets done with the healing hot tub prophecy, adventure, and it's like, man, you know what I need? I need some raping and stabbing to get all that out. Yeah, like, I need a sacrifice. It's been a long day.
It's been a long day.
And she goes there to go get Flash Gordon, you know, or whatever's nuts, and she's about to like stab his ass as he's tied up on the bed, and of course he rolls away because it's he had already escaped and he was just faking it, and the other brother pops out and then they fucking kidnap her ass.
Yeah, pretty easy by the way for a warrior of her skills. Did not take much to kidnap her.
That was the thing that got me. I was like, you literally kick these guys' ass, and then you get kidnapped that easily. Like, what happened?
Just, I guess she was tuckered out from all the battling crate warriors earlier that day.
I guess.
But so they grab her and they make it to this weird abandoned factory. Then, as they're hanging out, the Fly the Conchords motherfucker looks over at her and is like, ooh, time to grope her. And I'll be honest, I watched this with Charlotte, and Charlotte's like, oh, that's kind of gross. And I was like, it is, except for the fact that she does rape motherfuckers and kill them. I feel like they're pretty even. Like, that's creepy that he's doing that, but she also, like, rapes dudes and kills them, all right? So we're on the same kind of level here, okay? Let's just kind of put it where it is.
True.
Yeah.
The whole reason they kidnap her is because she knows the path to get to the Nooks, right? Isn't that the whole reason that they kidnap her?
She does,
Because she
but then
doesn't
she
have-
forgets.
Yeah.
Initially, she sells them, or they're like, okay, she knows how to get to find our sister.
Yeah.
But then later in the movie, she seems very confused and almost introduced to different areas throughout the kingdom. So she might have been full of shit. I don't know. But they're there, and then bum. Next gang shows up.
Chainsaw wielding lepers.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Well, they call themselves mutants.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But
That's what
they're
I
lepers.
literally wrote in here chainsaw lepers as well. So,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
wake them up by tapping them with chainsaws.
Chainsaw
Which,
in the face.
again, the rules of this world are way the fuck off. Because they've got gasoline for the fucking chainsaws, where everybody else is fucking using swords and shit like that. And then they decide to throw them in this compactor.
Trash compactor.
Yeah.
I literally put Star Wars wall
Yeah.
on my notes.
Which then says, those motherfuckers have electricity, because they're like, crank that shit on. And you're like, look at all these other suckers earlier in the movie that are like not using electricity at all. These fucking lepers are like gasoline powered chainsaws, fucking compactors. They've got it. They're just lepers. I mean, I guess that's how it works.
During this scene, we got to talk about the banging '80s soundtrack.
Oh,
There's a
yes.
Song.
that is something that
Yes.
happens.
That song is like
throughout.
"Rescue Me." And I
Oh,
was
that's
like,
something
oh,
I
shit.
forgot to mention is throughout this movie, like you're watching goddamn heavy metal. That shit cranks up, and it's not like slightly in the background. It's the like we want to release this movie as music videos. All right.
I need to find this soundtrack.
Yes.
It's
yeah.
rad.
Legit.
But if you told me it was connected to this movie, I wouldn't believe you.
So yeah. So then she's Amazon fucking warriors
Like her,
come.
like her side, her main commander.
Yeah.
leading them.
Like that whole cadre comes to come rescue her because they've
Yeah.
been like trying to track her after she got kidnapped.
And they get in there and just start pushing buttons.
They
Yeah,
do.
they're
I
not
was
very
like-
good at this. They're
I was
just
like, what are you doing?
well, but they're not used to electricity, so
that's
they're
true.
just like
That's valid.
button. But eventually they stop it. When they go into the room, it looks like it's gotten all the way closed. Motherfuckers are dead. Except Blondie figured out how to rip out the bars of the window area in the compactor. Okay. Which A, why is there a window in the compactor? And B, if you're going to kill people, lepers, maybe don't have a window in your compactor, okay? Unless that's their thing to get off on
Just
as they
saying.
stand outside
Yeah.
to watch it. But yeah, so they save the day. She's warriors pretty much rip off some arms, kick
And
the
she
clay
lets
leper's ass.
them go.
Yeah.
Like, she's just like, yeah, whatever.
That
She's
was
like-
hilarious, by
yeah.
the way. Yeah, the Amazons fucked up the chainsaw lepers, but
I love the leader because the leader literally she yanks his arm off and he's like, whatever.
he was like, "I told you to watch the arm."
Yeah, like,
it's like
uh.
just pull the fucker off, and I was like, ah.
But then, all right, so the brothers and she, and you're like, oh, these guys are fucked. But she's
They're
like,
back to being captured, but she lets him go.
yeah, she's like,
Yeah, and the commanding Amazon lady, her side person, was just like very whiny. And
God
she's like,
damn.
oh my god, why don't
Yeah,
you
yeah,
don't you want
let's
a public
get in-
execution?
let's get into that real quick because she is whiny for the 90% of this movie. She's like, I don't wanna.
Like, why do you wanna do that?
How are you the second in charge? She's like, when do we have to do this? I don't like it. Like, she's
Why
like
are
a
you helping
12-year-old on a
them?
family trip that is just really upset. Like, I don't want to go there.
So yeah, they let the dudes go, and they
And then they follow them.
and then they're like, yeah, we're interested to see what happens to these guys. So they go phone.
She and her whiner in chief
Whiner and she.
fucking decide, all right, everybody else go. We're going to follow because these dudes literally, we've seen them get captured like 3 times already. If we're not their backup, these assholes won't make it, but maybe another mile down the road. And yeah, that's
So these guys, they roll into this weird ass, like, it looks like an ancient Greek, like,
Party.
yeah.
toga parties.
Toga orgy,
like,
yeah.
it's like, you ever seen Star Trek The Next Generation? It's Ryza.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay? It's
But
like
with more-
like the fantasy planet where
But with
everybody
balloons.
bones, you know?
But with more blown up balloons.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like this pool, everybody's in togas, and then a fuck ton of, I guess there was a party city near them at one time, because not helium balloons, but literally just blown up balloons, like a birthday party, all over the fucking place. So, but yeah, the brothers are like, this place seems pretty fucking chill, and
They do a
Yeah.
They have a
The-
winking session. They
yeah,
wink,
god
wink,
damn,
wink. Like what?
with the gap tooth chick,
they're
yeah, she's just like,
winky, wink, wink, and I'm like, what are you doing?
And I want to say, like the leader, the head honcho of this place, was quoting a Yeats poem, and he ended with like, "Tread softly, because you tread on my dreams," which I remember that line from Equilibrium. If you remember that
Really?
movie, yeah. But
you talking about the dude that looked like the guy that sang "Rock Me Amadeus," right?
yeah,
Yeah, I can't remember the actual singer of that, but that dude looked just like that motherfucker.
yeah. And then they invite them in. They have like a doo-wop dance.
Well, no,
Like, what the
first
fuck?
they tell him, well, this is the night we dress up. All right, so Concord's motherfucker gets a full tux. He's got the whole
That's
thing.
right.
With a little tie.
Blondie is like, we got a suit and we got a tie. That's all we got. So you get kind of dressed up. So Blondie's got a tie on, no shirt, and a suit coat. Why are we dressing up? Come on, guys.
See, and then they start putting music on and they start dancing, and Flight the Conchords guy starts biting the woman aggressively.
Yeah.
Like, dude, what are you
Which
doing?
we'll find out is really kind of silly for what we discover later on that night. But yeah, you think he's gonna like, oh, I guess he's a little drunk or whatever. Like, no, he's like chomping down, trying to bite this chick. And you're like, the fuck is going on? Is this like his foreplay while they're dancing?
And the brother's just like watching him, like, yeah, that's him. I'm like, what?
I guess he's a biter.
So then we get to the nighttime where everybody
Slumber
sleeps.
party.
It's slumber party. Everybody's passed out, and very, very gradually do we see everybody start transforming at a very slow pace. And by slow pace, I mean let's put a little glue and then add some hair. And then here's the dollar store vampire / werewolf teeth. Put these in because they're not werewolves.
Yeah,
Yep.
polyswinger werewolves.
Yeah.
And I couldn't really tell. Like, obviously, like, I guess they wouldn't be traditional vampires because, like, they were out in the day, but they didn't really transform into full werewolves either. They were
Yeah,
some
there was
kind
just-
of
but that's what-
something.
yeah, I think they're more werewolves, but it was just kind of weird how the transformation was they all kind of got sweaty, and then the next time you see them, it's
And they start
really
scratching.
cheap. Yeah, started getting itchy, and the next thing you know, it's very cheap makeup applied to their face.
Oh, yeah.
and very blatant dollar store vampire werewolf.
Oh,
teeth.
yeah.
Yeah, and then they were cannibal poly werewolves because you find out the meal that they were getting served that night
Was human.
was human because
Was-
she and the whiner and chief fucking roll up into the kitchen right before they bust in there, and it's not like you might have like a arm or leg. They've got a dude's head
In the pot.
in the pot. They hit you over the head. Yeah, they eat motherfuckers. All right, that's a dude's head. Okay.
Yep. And they have themselves a fight. However, that's when she and her, captain or whatever, come in to help out.
Wow.
Yeah.
All those, the jumping on the cushions, like the guy hitting the couch. I saw that in the trailer and I was like, oh, this is great. This is going to be
Yeah,
fantastic.
this was a weird fight scene of
And, like,
slow motion.
Cirque du Soleil
Yeah.
wannabes, like, we're going to jump on this couch.
Oh my God. Yes.
All right.
So they get out of that situation.
Yeah. Oh God. Potentially my favorite one they come to next, which
Oh
is
my God.
Oh.
they're going and then they start seeing banners and flyers.
Is it Godan?
Godan, yeah. And it's like a communist propaganda one of this dude's face. And I'm not talking about they walk by a building and there's one plaster. Motherfucker, again, I feel like they must have had electricity for a copying machine because that thing is fucking plastered goddamn everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's not one wall. It's on one wall, 8 goddamn flyers that go down. Like, they turn around, a door, go down. Fucking like, this dude is like, I want to make sure before you get anywhere where you talking about, you know I'm in fucking charge, all right?
He had the post-apocalyptic marketing budget down.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, he's just like, all right, so first thing, I got a copier machine, conquer this world, and then let everybody know who I am. I'm a badass motherfucker.
And then just scatter some dead bodies along the way. Like,
I need flags, I need banners, I need flyers, I need everything.
Oh, God.
So Godan, yes. Yeah, he's the commie dude.
I don't know if it's commie. He just decided that was his, because it's kind of a play. I think it's supposed to be a G.
That was his motif.
Yeah, he used the hammer sickle, but used it as a G. So that was his.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah, for his marketing. Whoever his main person for marketing said, look, you want to have a good face, all right, get a good photo, and then you want something that's going to put it in everybody's head that your name starts with a G. And that's what he did throughout the entire town.
And of course they get in there and it's weird because it looks almost like a monastery. It looks like they're monks.
Yeah, there's like ninja monks with axes. Just like coming out the wazoo. And I'm like, where did you guys
come from? The rules with the monks also is kind of weird because some feel the need to wear like mask or cover their face.
Right.
Other ones don't. But there's no real. Some are just kind of like they're almost embarrassed to be part of this. Cover the face because I don't want you to know I'm part of this gang because we kind of suck.
However, our protagonists are faring well in this fight until Godan shows up and his eyes glow green and he has telekinesis. What the fuck?
Yeah, you go straight up against the wall and that's all they can do. And I'm like, oh.
See, for a minute there, I thought Godan might be another werewolf. Because the dude had Robin Williams level arm hair that was very distracting. Because, dude, as we get introduced to him being carried in, all right?
Oh, that's right. He was on a thing.
Yeah, he was on, what are those things where there's 4 dudes and you're on a chair?
Like you're in Egypt.
Yeah, whatever that thing's called.
Basically,
yeah. Because he's like, I know I'm all powerful, but you know what? Bring me to the living room.
It's like a portable throne.
Yeah, because it's not like they walked him down the city streets. They're literally in one room in this palace, and they bring him in on that thing into the other room. We're talking about 10 feet. This dude is really fucking lazy, all right? But yeah, he rolls up. They start trying to fight back, and then he green eyes them, and that green eyes throws one against the wall. And you learn, this is why this guy's in charge of these people. He's got powerful green eyes.
Yep.
Look at me with your special eyes.
Yeah. And then we find out, I guess, the bros
just say, okay, we're with you.
Yeah.
And she and
surprise,
her.
surprise.
Oh my god. And she is like, no, this is not, I'm not going to back down, whatever, blah. Like, you can take me, but, I'm not backing down.
So they're like, all right.
Because she won't bow. That's right. Yeah, she's like, I won't bow. I won't bow.
The bros are so quick to bow. They're like, all right, you guys have power. We're cool, man. Yeah, we're on your side.
She's like, I'm the queen of blah, blah, blah. And
then we cut to the torture scene. And this movie full on is like, all right, we're turning this into a Motley Crue video. Because they've got her on the rack and the fucking soundtrack is cranked to a 10. And they're fucking jamming out 80s rock while she's being tortured. I was like, when does the band hop up and show up? Because everything that you would have in a Motley Crue video was there, except for Motley Crue.
Oh, that is so correct. Oh, God, yeah.
I kept waiting for Motley Crue to show up.
I was like, this is oddly sexual.
Yeah, because the camera, zooms in on her, and the fucking metal, the guitar cranks up, and they're whipping her, and it's just like, you gotta! It was like all the 80s you could have. And yeah, they're just torturing the shit out of her.
The threat to brand her.
Yeah.
Which, that took forever. They didn't end up doing it, but how long did he have that thing in her face and she kept inching away from it and away and away and away?
I love how they cut away because you see them getting tortured, right? And then you cut to the 2 brothers that are sitting down with some of the monks at the table. Now, I don't know why they did this, but literally it's torture room. And the next room over is dining room. So as everybody's trying to eat, you can hear the women screaming, and you can see the brothers like, do we really eat right next to the torture area? That seems kind of fucking weird. Like, yeah, we like to listen to women screaming in pain while we, scarf down our supper, okay? It's a thing we do.
And then Godin's, woman in charge, he tells her to bring she to his bedchamber.
Yep.
She does not like that. She is not happy about that. And so that's what she brings her to his bedchamber, and we all know what that means.
The chick that was working with him looked kind of like, what's her name from Escape from New York and The Fog.
Oh, I thought it was her. I
thought
it was her.
From Swamp Thing.
Yes.
Adrienne Barbeau.
Yeah.
Yes.
She looked, for a minute there, if you just did a quick glance, I thought, whoa, is she in that? No, it's just Barbeau look-alike with smaller tits.
Gotcha.
That's
so this is actually the point in which I start not remembering anything else.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
All right, no, that's fine.
Wow.
This will be entertaining because we will tell you what happens after this.
Yeah.
Got you.
So pretty much, he brings she in, and he's like, yeah, you know what? We can stop torturing you. You get to fuck a hairy-ass god. That's me. I'm the hairy-ass god. And things will be cool. Chicken Red is like, yeah, just blatantly jealous. It's weird.
Yeah, she's like, that's my man. Even though they don't really establish their relationship other than the fact that she's, his second in charge.
She was trying to get on that.
Yeah. So you can see that's building up, and then we cut back to where the brothers are fucking done with eating dinner next to the torture room.
Lion in Chief is literally like, no!
Yeah.
Loudly, to the point where they all just kind of look at it like, really?
It's really odd, yeah. They keep cutting back to the dinner room table, and that's the point where the brothers are like, you know what? All right. A, why are you assholes eating with this shit? And B, that's our friend, so I guess we should do something. So they do the old, could you hand me the apple trick? Yeah, because they're sitting, and he looks at one of the monks, he goes, hey, could you hand me the apple? And the monk turns to grab the apple, and then Blondie does a karate kick, and the other one, and they had the most organized fight in the entire movie, which the key word was, can you hand me that apple? Kick the motherfuckers at the dining room table, go to the next room, the torture area.
Dressed in the monks' uniforms, because they're using their noggins.
Now, what I love is that, you have the battles between the monks, and you have not an Iron Maiden, but this kind of a iron waist thing where it's a half clamp, like a Play-Doh clamp thing, but with spikes in it. And you see them fighting, and you see the background, and you're just they better put that to use, because it's taunting the shit out of me. And they finally do. One of the dudes gets knocked into it, and the guy closes it, and it fucking stabs him both sides. But you can tell they did not spend the money on this production for that just to be a background piece. Somebody's getting fucking murdered by the...
Oh, yeah.
Again, I wouldn't call it Iron Maiden, just a half one. It's just going to fuck up your chest and your stomach, all right?
It literally was just the top part of your body.
Yeah. But, so the bros pretty much save Winder and Chief.
And the lady in red, the Godin's little lady friend is like, okay, well, you know what? I'm just gonna lead you to
she is so jilted. She's like,
I'm done.
Yeah, I know you killed half of our dudes, but here, let me show you where Green Eyes is, because he gave kissy face to somebody else. And so pretty much they roll in there, and which is great because instantly he's like, did you forget about my powers? And throws one dude up on one wall, throws I guess it was
it throws the blonde-headed brother and then Winder and Chief.
Yeah.
And then Fly the Corner guys was like, I get your point.
Yeah. Again, Concord's dude is just like, yeah, don't worry about it, man. I'm not trying to fight you. Pushes out. But then you get Lady in Red, who comes in and just is like, fuck this noise. Fuck this guy. Stabs him.
No, she gives him the axe.
Oh, that's right, the axe.
She literally gave him the axe.
Yeah.
In his chest.
He's dying at a very, very slow pace to the point where the rope for the curtains that are near.
Oh, that's right.
As he's dying, he looks at it.
It loops it around her neck and chokes her while he's dying, and they die together.
But she didn't react at all. Literally, she's standing there, feels the rope go around her neck, and then realizes, oh shit, this could choke me, and then gets choked to death while he's dying. So they, in this weird almost Romeo Juliet way, both die in each other's arms, even though she stabbed him and he strangled her. So, okay. So,
All right.
You passed out during this next scene.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I don't
So then
know.
they leave there, and they go...
Hold on, before they leave,
Okay.
the guys come in to attack them, and she's like, "Oh, your leader's dead."
That's
and they're
right.
like, "Oh, all right, you're our leader now." Oh,
Yeah,
shit!
yeah.
Like, they just like
They don't-
accept her and
well,
just like whatever.
Probably because they know dude with green eye power, top of the list. And they never really decided
Right.
who would be under him because no
But
one else
whoever
has...
killed him,
Yeah.
There
Yep.
you go.
So they're like, all right, whatever. They leave and they go into the woods.
Which is very ominous because
Oh,
they have a
man.
bunch of skeletons about.
Yeah, there's skeletons everywhere. And then you see, pretty much, you see, how am I going to describe this? A big dude with a beard in a tutu?
Well, what's funny is on the Internet Movie Database thing for it,
Right.
it says that he's a giant.
And
I was like, I beg your pardon?
Yeah, I don't know if I
What?
would put him as a giant. But randomly he shows up, and I guess he attacks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, they start attacking, and then the fog rolls in, and it's like a yellow mist.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden he pulls out a gas mask,
Right.
and she, Miner in Chief, and Concords all pretty much try to run
Yeah.
away, but they all pass
yeah.
out.
But blonde-headed guy decides, I'm going to climb up this tree.
Yeah, Blondie figures it out. But so then we cut to all three of them that wake up
In this medical tent of some sort. But they all wake up in what I'd like to describe as dry cleaner bags.
Yeah,
'Cause, like-
bigger dry cleaner bags, but I guess they had to be thicker than dry cleaner bags.
Right, but I was just like, what is happening? And then you see the doctor.
Oh man.
And then you see all the birds. And then
Oh.
the giant pulls a peacock out of a bathtub. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what is happening?
But let's go into how the doctor. All right, so the giant
Oh my god.
was already dressed in a ballerina tutu.
With ballerina shoes.
Yeah. Cut to the doctor who is dressed up in what if he started in Amadeus.
Yes,
like
that literally.
the powder wigged,
with
the
like the makeup with the
makeup,
lips.
which is never explained. It's just like
It's his
yeah, this is how he works. Which again takes a lot of time and effort to dress like that for no reason. Just that we want to be weird. Come to find out, he is experimenting. At the time, they thought all three of them are in the dry cleaner bags. They see him operating on somebody or pulling parts out.
Right, yeah.
They think it's Blondie, but he pretty much immediately says, no, this isn't Blondie. So,
Oh my god. This whole thing.
so he plans on, I guess, experimenting on them.
Because-
And whenever they talk back, he hits the gas. And I will say this is where the bags the bag cells they're in comes to effect, is that he hits cranks up a thing and gas comes in to knock them out.
Yeah.
So if you start talking shit, he's just like, all right, we're gonna get passed out.
And meanwhile, all this is happening. A blonde-headed brother is up in a tree, and he wakes up and realizes that he's climbed a tree.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, we've got a
Oh
plan.
god. So, oh my gosh. All right. So she kind of works that deal with the doctor. She's like, look, asshole, like
Oh,
let
that's
me
right.
go. If you let me free, I will like totally help you out. I don't remember.
It's a crystal of
Crystal,
some sort,
yeah.
some sort of crystal thing, and she sends her whiner in chief and the giant to go get it.
That's right. Yeah, so you lose the Whiner in Chief and the tutu giant, and then the Dr.
Takes a nap.
Dr. Amadeus decides to take a nap. lays
Jesus
down,
Christ, this
and-
movie.
And so she's like, well, we're in a medical tent.
We're in a plastic medical tent that just happens to have a wood fireplace.
Yeah.
With coal in it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna swing back and forth like a metronome and see if I can knock this thing over.
No, what's amazing is, she knocks the thing over. The fire, it starts a fire perfectly enough to melt their cells and not burn them alive.
Like when you were going through the plastic, I was like, "Are you not getting plastic on you?
Yeah,
like, burn plastic."
What's funny is they get out of the cells, and then they get to the part of the tent, and they're trying to figure out how to get out. I'm like, it's a fucking plastic tent. You can just stab some at this point. Y'all are out of the gassing part. Just get the fuck out of there.
And that's when they take the rapiers.
That's right.
Yeah, I think they grabbed his rapier swords. Mm-hmm. And I was like, all right.
All right.
Cool.
So back to Blondie, who's exploring on his own.
Okay.
Oh, God. And you know what? This is the time I am jealous that you didn't make it to this part of the movie. Because Blondie finally has made it to the Norks castle, right?
Okay.
And what it is there is a bridge that goes over, and you can see there's landmines around there. You have to cross this bridge.
It's like a checkpoint Charlie,
Yeah.
essentially. Like
Okay,
the Berlin
yeah.
Wall. There's a bridge.
And so he starts walking, and there's like a random tent right next to it, and out pops this dude with face tattoos, blonde hair, and almost like a
Colonel Custard outfit.
Yeah. And you're like, okay, this is weird.
I wrote in my notes as SoundCloud rapper a la Robin Williams.
God damn it.
Wow.
And then, yes, like a coked out Robin Williams. And I don't mean, like, imagine a coked out Robin Williams. This dude really wanted to be Robin Williams, where he just hits you with shitty impression after shitty impression. And I guess his job is to annoy the fuck out of people, not battle them. You don't have like the mountain like guarding this fucking bridge. You literally have the most annoying asshole possible, to the point I think that the whole plan is you go out to the bridge and go, hey, can I go over there? And he goes, well, you can, but I'm gonna do a billion impressions. Oh, look at me, and they go, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And they leave.
Yeah, he starts doing a Grouch
Blondie obviously
impression.
has to get to that castle, so he's like, fuck this. Okay. So he starts walking. So shitty Robin Williams impression is behind him, and again, doing everything possible. Like, who's there? Knock, knock, whoa, whoa. And just keeps saying shit. Blondie's like, I'm done with you. Takes a sword, chops his fucking arm off, right?
And then it glows green, and another one appears.
Yeah.
It's a Hydra effect.
Oh, shit.
And of course, he doesn't connect that it's a Hydra effect, so he does this 5 more times. So now there's 5 of them.
Yeah, so the one dude that was way the fuck too annoying, now it's stereo of, look at who's in charge, you're in charge, oh, am I in charge, oh.
They start doing a chorus line. They start doing the can down the bridge. Like,
oh my God.
It's aggressive. I was like, what?
I hated this character so much. But
That
you know
was
what?
my favorite part.
But I can get to the Norks. You know what? They didn't want to waste and have some big motherfucker that might get taken out. They're like, well, let's just see if we can annoy people not to invade our castle. And so
apparently Italian cocaine is way better.
Seriously. So
it's magical.
We leave Blondie as the marching Robin Williams are going after him back to our regular crew, which is she and Concords, who eventually make it themselves to the castle.
They also run into him and also figure out that if they cut off parts that, like, they cut off his head and he still comes back.
Luckily, they only did it once, so there's only 2 of him.
Oh.
But they throw him over the bridge onto a landmine and he explodes. And that was it.
Thank God.
Like, that was it.
Yeah.
Like, it took his entire body to explode.
Which is weird. That's the one thing they didn't think about is, oh, wait, there's landmines under this bridge. Just throw the annoying, I want to be Aladdin motherfucker off the bridge. So we finally, we're at the Norks. We're at the Norks. The Norks, by the way, love, kind of like the Green-Eyed God did, they love self-promotion. Mm-hmm. They just spray paint, they graffiti their entire place with just like, knock, knock, who's there? Norks. Like,
Nork is God.
Yeah, Nork is God.
Nork is forever.
Yeah.
Butcher me.
All over the place. Just Norks are awesome. Like,
nice.
You guys have already conquered this village.
We know you're the shit. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. We don't need any more of that. So pretty much.
So we got to be getting to.
We're now near the end.
Yeah, we're getting close to the end. Yeah.
Okay.
So pretty much, our characters get into the castle. They knock out. Apparently, Norks have like apprentice time, or what would you like? New recruits time.
Yes.
Where they bring in recruits.
They're only taking 2 people though.
Yeah.
But so it's like these people have been chosen, so you get to go have dinner.
Yeah.
And then you battle in this battle royale.
So she and Concords Now I've got two dudes, a la every movie where, and now we steal your costumes. And then they're sitting at the dinner table. Now, the only thing that bothered me is that everybody has their own motif. She, unfortunately for her, has pretty decent-sized tits that are really obvious. There are no female Norks that I can tell.
Yeah.
But nobody's,
other than the women that
nobody ever looks at she, even though her face cover up, be like, hey, dude, you got some boobs. How is that possible? Like, nobody questions it. Yeah, nobody questions it. They're just...
Hey. Bob had bitch tits in Fight Club.
That is true. I was just waiting for someone to come up and be like, is that armor under there? What's going on here? Because it's really obvious that there are boobs present. Anyhow, the head Nork, which I didn't write his name down, pretty much he's like, okay, well, we're going to have tryouts. He does a little tomfoolery because he likes to fuck with people. It's like, now look, anybody that's not comfortable, because it's going to be a battle to the death with two people surviving, anybody that's not cool with it now, you can go ahead and leave.
I'll give you 10 seconds, and then he counts.
Of course, one idiot, as you know what's going to happen, he gets up, he's like, oh, well, you know what, I'm not really into this, so I'm going to... Of course they fucking kill him. I mean, like, that's a little Nork, prank they like to do. Like, yeah. So, of course, next thing you know, there is Battle Arena a la,
I said Escape from New York, because it's kind of like what they did to Snake at they throw him in the middle of that.
But I would give it more the arena from medieval times.
That's
where
accurate.
They have the bleachers and the sand. Now, here's the thing. Throughout, when they're in the village and in the castle, all candles and stuff like that. But then we find out they also have electricity, because when the gladiator battles are going on, they assign one person in the crowd to hold spotlights.
Oh, yeah, that's
Giant spotlights onto it, even though everything else is lit up with candles. So you get to the nitty-gritty, everybody's battling. It comes down to the last 4 people. It's obviously she, Concord's, this other dude with the mask over his face.
And the trident guy.
Yeah, and the trident guy. Mm-hmm. The trident net guy, which...
He thrown that net. He just net... Oh, but you forgot to mention the head guy, the one that I wrote down as the glam Zodiac killer. He comes out literally executioner style, a la Zodiac killer description, glammed out, silver, glitter, whole robot-y voice with the sister, and she's wearing like this red dress with like a weird carabiner for some reason, and like they're like, like we're here now.
Yeah, so pretty much, come to find out, Blondie was in disguise right before they were almost about to kill him. So he's like, hold on, it's me. And so, hey, the gang's back together, right? So that's when they pretty much reveal to robot voice, glitter guy, hey, we've come here for my sister. He's like...
The sister says her one and only line, Tom! Yeah. And like runs to the brothers.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no way holding her captive. She sees him, runs to him. They're like, ugh, somebody probably should have put her in shackles or something. Yeah, she just runs to him, and they're like, oh, shit. But so they're like, you know what? You can go. But because of what you did here, we're going now to fuck your shit up. We're going to go to She's kingdom, and it's ours now.
Yeah,
we're gonna fucking scorch earth the fuck out of your kingdom, because you came in here, you killed my recruits, I guess some of my important dudes. So you got till sundown, and then we fucking roll out, and we are fucking your shit up. So they all leave.
Very, freely. Yeah. It's not like they're being attacked as they're leaving. Like, they literally just walk out of this fortress.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah. So they're walking out, and they're going over the bridge now that doesn't have the obnoxious... And Blondie, sister, and Concords are like, well, sorry, your kingdom's about to get fucked up. And they just start walking. So and she's like, no.
Yeah, she's like, I'm gonna make sure that they can't leave to destroy them. So she picks up a shovel and starts digging.
It's kind of pathetic. It's kind of pathetic, though, yeah.
Like, just starts digging.
She's like, I've got some time. And you just see her digging a hole. And which I was like, what is she gonna, dig a couple holes so they come out? Somebody might trip over the hole before they devastate her kingdom. And that's, I guess, the motivation of, hold on, guys. We could totally predator the fuck out of these teams. So you get your montage. Yep.
What?
Yep,
Yes.
you get
Montage?
You get a montage of
Yeah,
them moving the mines very carefully into different areas,
which they
digging
do a
holes with
cute-
spikes.
They do a cute little thing with the landmines where the guy gets scared and he almost drops the mine
Yeah.
and he's just like, oh.
But yeah, so they set up. They're like, all right, and then they put up barriers along the bridge. So, and we get to close to sundown. Out come the fucking Norks, and
They had gasoline, so they lit the trenches that they made on fire, so they get knocked over, and there's like,
they just fuck them up. You know, they send groups in, fuck them up. Another group's in, so they keep sending guys and horses. Either explosions, arrows, gasoline explosions, like all kinds of shit.
landmines.
But there's still a lot of them, and there's only 4 or 3 of them.
Oh, the
Or 4 of them, yeah.
The Conqueror brother gets hit with an arrow and or gets hit with the harpoon.
Harpoon,
thing,
yeah, because the scuba Nazi,
guy's still
yeah.
there. And he's like, how many are there left? And she's like, probably about 10. He's like, we're not gonna make it. And that's when the cavalry
Dun dun
comes in.
dun.
Or she and the giant,
Yes.
the giant and the tutu, come in on horseback, and she's got like a whole legion of Amazon women behind her, and they come and they fuck shit up.
Yep, yeah. So Giant and Tutu, all the Amazonians come there. They fuck up the rest of the guys on the bridge, and then you cut back to the second in charge, Nork, who is just like, "I will get you another day," like because most of his whole kingdom has been devastated. But almost, I'll be honest, like they were set up for a sequel because they're just like, "We'll meet again someday," and then they just cut to it. Then we get to back to the kingdom. And you've been working on this whole thing where she has risked her fucking life over and over again for Blondie, right?
Yeah.
Well, Concords dude and Weiner in Chief,
end up together.
they hook up.
Yeah.
And so you're like, okay, so those two.
Right.
So obviously no. They get back to the fucking crank
thing,
boat.
yep.
And Blondie's like, all right, well, thanks for saving our lives and good luck.
And it's just like prolonged, like her like looking like she's about to start crying.
Yeah, and he's just
And he's
cranking
just like,
away
it goes
across
back
the
to
river.
them, and it goes back to her, and then it goes back to
They
them.
keep
and it goes
setting
back
up
to
where you
her.
think he's gonna stop, and then like
jump in the water, and
jump the water,
swim.
or jump all jump off the boat into the land. Nope. You get the saddest face from she, who's like, I fucking almost died 5 times, and you fucking did this to me.
And he's the man that claimed my heart, like
Yep.
the prophecy said.
Yeah, and so she's just upset, and then credits. Yeah, that's it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
That's
how it
Yeah,
is.
so they
fucking
don't-
amazing.
I know. So they set you up this entire movie. Like by the end of this movie, they will be in love, and they go, no, he got his sister. That's all I really wanted. Thanks for the support, she, and piss off, lady. Wow. So yeah, I was so impressed. God
Oh
damn it.
my god. All right. Well, obviously, like in the next 48 hours, I need to obviously finish this
Yes.
movie.
Yes.
Holy
Now-
shit.
We have definitely gone over because I knew this was going to happen because
Oh,
this
yeah.
movie has so much content that you have to talk
It
about.
really is fucking bananas.
So
Yeah.
I brought it up earlier. I'll just make it simple with this. If I was to double feature this, which I more than likely will 100% do, I brought up Doomsday. This movie fits in so fucking well. It's almost just me deciding what I want to watch first. She or Doomsday, but you can swap them out because Doomsday has the same thing. At times it's a post-apocalyptic movie. At times it's a virus movie. At times it's a medieval movie. It's a whole bunch of everything.
Oh, yeah.
And just like this movie, yeah, it's just like, yeah, fuck it. Whatever rules you want, we're in the post-apocalyptic. There you go. So,
all right. Well,
from what you've watched.
indeed. If I was going to have this in a double feature,
Yeah.
I would put this alongside Ninja 3: The Domination,
I still need to watch that.
which is the most bananas fucking ninja movie because it's not just a ninja movie. It is a ninja movie mixed with The Exorcist.
Yes.
Mixed with
I'm sorry, what?
an aerobics movie.
Okay. Yes.
Mixed with it's
This is the one that the chick from Breaking is possessed, right?
yes.
Thank you. Okay.
Yes.
Alright.
This movie is so fucking bonkers, and it goes in so many different places that
Yeah.
it's that kind of just
It's that's on my list. I need to
Madness.
watch that. Yeah. So, Katie, is there anything that you think you could group with this if you were to kind of double feature this?
Well, I'm not as well versed as you two, but I watching it made me want to watch Escape from New York again.
There you go.
Totally.
I really was like, and like even Escape from LA, which is a nightmare, which basically basically the same movie.
Yeah,
but
pretty
in LA.
much.
But anyway,
but yeah, no, I totally see that because again, you have
Absolutely.
different gangs, you have different rules throughout New York that kind of go along with this.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, so that's She. I fucking love. I eventually I'll own probably a hard copy of this.
This is streaming on Prime right now. Watch it.
Yep.
yes.
It is bonkers. All right, we're going to wrap this thing up. So please check out Beautiful Disasters on Facebook, Beautiful Disasters Podcast. You can reach us directly, beautifuldisasterspodcast@gmail.com. We've got a new shirt.
Oh, man.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
On TeePublic.
TeePublic.
Finally.
If
It's only been a year and a half.
With the Battle Royale program, well, there's a Beautiful Disasters program called the Schlock Abuse program.
Fuck
So,
yes. I
yeah,
can't
we're very
wait.
stoked.
I can't wait for that shit to arrive.
Yep.
I'm so excited.
Shit, you already ordered yours?
Fuck yeah,
God
dude.
damn it. I have Slack. I was like, oh, I'm gonna probably order it this weekend. You're like, I'm just waiting for it to show up. Yeah, I'm Slack ass.
No,
I'll
man.
have one eventually.
As soon as that thing dropped, I was like, "Yep, that's a design."
Yeah, I'm very pleased with that. So
Definitely check out all the other shows on the GUI Network.
now, where can you get that again? Where can you get that? Our new design?
GUIpodcast.com, right?
Right. Well, yeah, it has all the GUI Network podcasts. And then
Goddamn.
there's a link to TeePublic right on there. So.
Goddamn right. And you even have another podcast on there, don't you?
I do. A little show called From the Mouths of Madness.
Oh, horror
So
shit.
if you love horror shit, yes, then you should check out From the Mouths of Madness. So.
Definitely check out all the shows. And I very much want to thank all of our listeners over the years. Give us feedback. Reach out.
Especially with Schlock Abuse. I need more ammunition to torture Grutz with.
Let us know what you want us to watch.
I'm still mad about punks.
But for this episode, I'm grateful for our new guest, Katie.
And let's throw out there, happy birthday again.
Yeah,
so
thank you so
again,
much.
this
This
is
is
Beautiful,
fun.
Beautiful Disasters first. Again, we've never had anybody come on their birthday. So
Dreams do come true.
that's right.
Damn right. All right, so we're going to wrap it up. For Beautiful Disasters, I'm the Grutz.
F.U. Hunter.
Hi, Katie.
Thank you so much.
Coming straight from the mouths of madness, I'm Lowdown.
I'm F.U. Hunter.
Do you love horror?
We fucking do.
So this is a podcast dedicated to all things in cinematic horror. We're talking movies, television, composers, special effects artists. We're gonna fucking cover it.
So if you love horror,
Embrace the madness.
In a world ravaged by movie studios that keep rehashing the same things, only one podcaster has the guts to make it even worse. Join Mike the Hobbit as he traverses the internet to bring you some of the best and worst ideas for reboots, remakes, and reimaginings of some of your favorite and least favorite TV and film properties. Ideas like a John Waters He-Man movie, Fantastic Four the musical, and Aliens, done entirely with marionettes. What podcast would bring this evil upon the world? This is Smack My Pitch Up. Available anywhere you get your podcasts.
GUIPodcast.com.